All right, brethren. Thank you for joining me. And that means that it's time. It's time to come together and try to learn from the Creator's Word, from the OAHSPE Practical Guidebook. My name is Shaikwab Ben Israel. Thank you for joining me. I want to give thanks to the Creator for this opportunity to try to be a light while I'm in this reality, to try to be a servant to my brethren, and to try my absolute level best to share the things that the Creator has been giving to me. Creator, I just thank you for this opportunity, and also for my brethren who will be joining me for the video. I pray you bless the video so that something can be said where brethren really get an encouragement, really get a blessing from the things that are said on the video today. Eoe, I just pray for tomorrow, the alignment, that you will be pleased to bring Cosmin Day, that you will bring a event or a move that will increase the consciousness of the truth of your word and spiritual kingdoms to this reality, because we fail. We fail. Your plan seems to have been to create man and then from zero entity raise him up, and we've gotten to this point now where we should have learned your will for our life, which is to be our brother's keeper, to live together, to enjoy the earth, the earth, a paradise. But we failed in that respect, in the sense that we have grown materialistic. Those who are charged with using their gifts to serve their brethren have instead chose to profit and to create an incredible imbalance that's in the world today. So I really pray, Creator, that tomorrow that you will bring about Cosmin Day, that you'll bring that the planetary alignment, that it represents a move where you will bring about a global consciousness of the new reality, which is your kingdom on the earth. Creator, I pray, and if not, then I give thanks anyway, because I know that that day will come. That day will come that you will move on this world, and that they will turn away from themselves to being their brother's keeper. That's the only way that we can live in joy and happiness and rejoicing every day of our life. That's the only way we can do it, when we turn to see how we may serve one another. So, Creator, I pray for my brethren and the different prayer requests that brethren have, issues in their reality. We read yesterday in the video, you said that you created our reality equal to climbing a mountain. In other words, it's not going to be easy as we might like it. So, Creator, I just give thanks for that. I know that many brethren that they're in need of they're in need of healing, maybe provisions, whatever. Their prayer requests, both spoken and unspoken. Pray that you will honor these things according to your will, Creator. And I just pray that you just give us the wisdom necessary to serve you. You've seemed to given us a spirit, chosen, elected your sons and daughters to come and start their spiritual journey in this reality. And personally, I just thank you as that you just continue to give us the spirit, the mind to want to ascend. And so, and in addition, prepare ourselves for our spirituality, Creator. And so help me Creator, glorify yourself. Thank you. And I pray for the soul confirmations that we'll do later on, that you'll infuse these things into our mind, body, and spirit, the soul confirmations, in our attempt to prepare ourselves for our eventual being born into the spirit. So, Creator, thank you. In your name, I give thanks and praise. All right, brethren, my name is Jaquab Ban Yisrael. Welcome to my channel, Yafa. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yesterday, we had a great time, man. Great time yesterday. We read from the book of JEHOVIHS Kingdom. Very serious read. It was kind of a tough read as well. I'm going to pick up today from JEHOVIHS Kingdom, chapter 25. Probably going to be a short read today, short video today. I plan to see where it leads me. I'll probably end up just reading that and then just calling it a day, closing the video. So we're going to pick up with that again. But we talked about some interesting things yesterday on the video. We talked about we talked a little bit about the form of government that we're under. Talked a little bit about, the Uzians and the Faithists. We talked about preparing and talked about how the Creator, he seems to give us this time to prepare our reality. And it's equal to, I likened it to our reality being equal to preparing for an exam. And then I shared about going to school and having to, at the end of the year, you read the syllabus at the beginning of the year, and it tells you about it breaks down the school, the academic year, and, like a scheduling. And so from the very start that you have to, at the end of it all, take a exam and get tested. And I likened it to the spiritual realm, where the Creator, he's given us his time. He's really showing us that our reality is not the real life. He says, the Creator says, our reality is not the real life, and that our real life begins when we're born in the spirit. And I also was likening the present reality to one where it's obvious that, you read the OAHSPE, the practical guidebook, and the Creator, he likens our time to being in the embryo. If you can imagine that, the embryo, and you figure, I don't know much about that type of thing, about, the seed growing in the embryo, but I imagine it's being formed, the sinews and the bones, and the veins and the different things that, the knitting together of the body. And you don't know how it's done, but then it's being formed. And so we're in the same situation where you fake this. I was trying to share yesterday that the blessing that we are under is to know, it's like, in this day and age, in this reality, you have people who are really gifted, man. A good example that comes to my mind is like Elon Musk. He's like the richest man in the world, and I think that he's just a astute businessman. I think he is characterizing himself as somebody who's super smart, but his constituents seem to say that he's not. It's not like he's incredibly smart. You have to be in order to be the richest man. I'm sure he's got a high IQ, but the scientific engineering, that sort of thing, I think that he's expert at putting people like that together. In other words, the point that I'm trying to make is that we all have a gift. Creator, all gifts really belong to the Creator. Our gifts, they really belong to the Creator. And the Creator, he tells man to use those gifts to serve your brethren. And in our reality, man, his kingdom, he's taken it. He takes it, and we've gotten to a point now where he takes it and he uses it for his own benefit. If you have a family, and then you have brothers and sisters, you might have heard your dad or your mom say, make sure you share with your brother your brothers or sisters. Make sure you share. Here, take this to your brother or sister, share with them or give them a piece of this. And Creator, he's the same way. He tells people who he gifts with different abilities, and then he goes and says, go share with your brethren or your sisters or whoever, So, hey, Omian, a little tired today, huh? All right. Yeah, I feel okay. You're back. Yeah, just sit back and sit back, just hang out then. I'll do the best I can to make you feel, to energize you, shoot, I hope that the video today gives you some energy. And so I'll do my level best. And thank you, brother, for coming in. So same situation in the world, in the sense that the Creator, he gifts people. People are gifted. They got abilities. And that ability that they've been given, that's meant for them to share it with the world. Share it with the world, But we're in a situation, I'm going to say something. Before I came on, I was looking at a film called The BB Files. I don't know if you brethren keep it. Well, from what I could perceive, you brethren probably don't keep up with. See, I watch people. I look at people so I can learn a lesson. And you brethren hear me from time to time. I talk about Benjamin Netanyahu. And I look at the spirit that he is under. And then I read the OAHSPE. And then it verifies the OAHSPE about what it says about people. And that's how I learn. I learned because I look at the fruit of the way people conduct themselves in this reality and the spirit that they under. And then you see the consequences of their actions. And then that's supposed to teach you a lesson. See, like, what decision to make when life presents to you different opportunities and, this sort of thing, then you should be able to learn. The Creator, he wants us to learn, man. So I was looking at the documentary called the BB Files. And incidentally, if anybody is interested, let me put the link in the room. If anybody is interested in looking at that documentary, because they banned it in the United States. They banned it. The prime minister of Israel, he has connections with different social media companies, and evidently they agreed to ban the documentary. But you can go to a search engine called Yandex. You can get a lot of things on Yandex that you can't get on mainstream social media search engines. You can go to a search engine called Yandex, Yandex, and then they got it right there on their search engine called the BB Files. And it is really interesting, man, because they did a documentary on, he's in corruption court right now. And at some point, he's going to end up going to jail. But that's why he tries to keep that war going over there, because as long as they're involved in a conflict, that's keeping him out of jail. But he's in court right now. And so, but it lets you get an inside look. It got leaked out. The interrogation got leaked out. Somebody leaked it. And so you have to go to that search engine in order to get it. You can't get it to any American like Google or Yahoo or, they are in cahoots with Israel. And so Israel got them to shut it down. But you go to that search engine, you can see it. And it's pretty interesting because it shows you what I believe is the spirit that a lot of leaders are under. See, they rule over us where we live. And their mindset it's incredible. I mean, that documentary, it exposes their selfishness, really, and how men, they get to that level, rulership, elected, rulers over countries, nations, and then they turn into narcissists. And so it's the same situation. I mean, the 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 especially the Western Hemisphere, America, Western countries, so quote unquote Western Europe, and people, they turn leaders, they eventually turn against representing the people. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. We in a situation where the leaders, they eventually turn from representing the people to serving their own interests. We had a brother come in yesterday. He said, well, it's not a monarchy because the rulers, I made a statement how Congress, they rule over the people. And the brother corrected me and said they don't rule over us, which technically is true. But we still are under the rules and laws that they make, our form of government. And it's supposed to be ideally to serve you, brother, to make sure that everybody gets a equal part of the pie. But we've evolved into a system of governance where people, they just look out for their own, they look out for, and what I mean by their own is they look out for moneyed interests. They look out for the rich people who contribute to them, their campaign coffers, and they contribute their finances. It's called an oligarchy, where you have the needs of the rich, the interests of the rich being served. And that means trouble for you brethren such as us. And the Creator is saying that when the government gets like that, it can't go on. He don't let it go on. The Creator don't let it go on. So when you look and you see the digression that the leaders of nations, and when you see the spirit they're under, and it's about selfishness, then you know that it's pretty much signing its own death warrant. It's one of the ways that you can know that we can't go on like this. And the confluence of events right now with the Cosmic era, and we got Pluto going into Aquarius, we got this alignment tomorrow, Cosmic Day, which is right now, as of yet, is still unknown. And that's a move, that's a global move. Really, that's what we are waiting on, because that's the reunification of the spiritual with the physical, the carnal, the earthly. Spiritual wisdom combined with earthly wisdom righteously. That's the kingdom of God. It's the end of the kingdom of me, to the kingdom of we. I know one of the things that I really look forward to, that I seem to think that the cosmic era will bring, is healing. Brethren like me, afflicted, and look forward to a healing. And Creator seems to indicate that will be the case. And when Cosmic Day, when the Creator, when he implements it. I forgot to drink some tea since Omi showed up. So today we're going to continue on the title of the video, JEHOVIHS Kingdom. And I'm sure it's going to go more into the situation that we in today. It was very encouraging, man. I think today is going to be where I'm going to read where it talks about that verse I always talk about, how the Creator, he says that in this day and age, only rogues were going to accept your high offices. I just really am amazed by that every time I read it, because it's like you reading other people's mail. You're reading other people's mail. The Creator, he telling you the inside of what people are like. He's like exposing the spirit, mind, the spirit and the mind of the people who rule over us. And then when you look at the when you look at the news and you listen to those who are in the know and they describe, I'm like I was sharing the other day about that video I saw where somebody, they wanted to talk to the leaders in the Congress and ask them a question, and when they found out what he wanted to ask them, then they avoided him, they ran from him. And I mean, he must have tried to interview like 30 or 40 people, and they all to the one, they ran away from him because they didn't like the question he had. And the leaders are supposed to be accountable to the people. But the question exposed their corruption, so they ran away, except for one dude. And so it goes right along with what the Creator said was going to happen in our day and age. That's why I like to sometimes get on here and I talk about the events that are going on and the things that, it's one of the clearest ways for me to see the reality of the Creator. When he talks about people, see, it's like a Creator everyday prophecy coming true. It's the way I learn. And then it keeps me able to do these videos because I know that, I see the Creator's word in action. I can see it in action. Me personally, I see it in the lives of people and how they are under a certain spirit and they line up with the Uzians of the OAHSPE. They make choices for the earth. They turn to greed. They just turn to themselves. And it's a warning. It just keeps warning me. It keeps me trying to go the other direction. Just go the other direction. Go the other direction. Try to learn how to be a servant to your brethren. Try to learn how to bless them with, that's the highest you can get right there. If you can if you can hit your stride in the area where you share yourself, offering your service to your brethren in whatever way that you can. And I think that you have hit the jackpot. That seems everywhere I look, man. It seems that's read the OAHSPE, the Creator, he redundant, always talking about. Always everywhere talking about what's good for the whole. What's good for the whole. I should get ready for the soul confirmations. Let me go ahead and, I got a brother. Anybody new to the room here, there's a way for you to have fellowship with us. My brother Omian, his room's on Facebook. You can send the brother a friend invite. Here's one of his rooms right here. You can send him a friend invite, have fellowship with us, where we try to just share different things from the OAHSPE. There's one of his rooms right there. Here's another room. You can send a brother a friend invite, or actually, that's my room right there. But you can send me a friend invite and come in, have fellowship. And again, I just try to post from the OAHSPE and give us a chance to have something to think about during the day. Here's brother Omian's room. And so you just go on Facebook, send a friend invite, brother bring you in, then you can have fellowship with us. So my room, my verses, some verses that I've shared, I can go ahead and, let me see, it's about time for the soul confirmation. So I'll go ahead and maybe one verse and then go to the soul confirmation and then come back and talk a little bit about some of the verses that I posted to share with brethren. So here's something from yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It says, "Now behold, also as by my presence, I inspire you when you labor with me." Now, I ask the question, what does anyone think that means? Hey, Sharice. Now we got Sharice in here. All right, sister. Good to see you. Good to see you, Sharice. So here's a verse from OAHSPE. It says, now behold, also, or it says also, as by my presence I inspire you when you labor with me, and you are doing righteously and with purity and love. So also it is with you in regard to my angels. Now we got Mahalia in here. All right. Mahalia's here. All right, brethren. I think it's going to be a short video tonight. I think the reading is going to be really short. So, but what do you think when you brethren see this verse right here? You know what I mean? What comes to your mind? He says, now behold, also as by my presence, I inspire you when you labor with me. What do you think labor means? Do you, brother, consider, what does he mean by laboring with him? Now, if you ask me, and I'm not saying I'm right, when I do my channels here and I give information, I just give my opinion, That's what the Creator wanted. He don't want you trying to rule over anybody, telling brethren this is exactly what it, it may very well mean that, but we supposed to come to our own conclusion. The Creator, he want you to come to your own conclusion. He want us to rule ourselves. And he say he'll help you. And when you want to do it virtuously, he says that he can work with that. Righteously, according to purity and love. That's the formula for growth right there. That's the formula right there. See how easy it is. It's time for the soul confirmation. So let's do that. And then I can come back to this. Soul confirmation. We can do the soul confirmation right now. And for anybody who's new to the room, if you want to know what we're getting ready to do, go to this side of the screen, left-hand side of the screen, and just read it 2 or 3 times. Read it slowly and think about it. And basically what it's telling you to do is cultivate your soul. Cultivate it, cultivate it, cultivate it. If you have a garden, you got to work it. You know what I mean? You got to break up the ground, water it, plant it, prepare it, Same thing with brethren. Creator, sometimes he uses agricultural terms to describe our reality, how we grow. Same thing with us, man. We have a soul. We got a soul. It's the most important thing in the whole world. It's the only thing that goes on and on and on and on and on. The soul, the soul, the soul. And the Creator, he's saying that for a long time, we've been deceived into feeding the soul. We've been feeding it pollution. We've been feeding the soul pollution, garbage in, garbage out. And so now we got this word, the Creator saying, look, this is how you clean it up. This is how you cultivate it. When you read this stuff here on the left-hand side of the screen, that's basically all it's going to tell you. It's going to tell you why you should cultivate the soul. And then that was why in the part of the video yesterday, I was likening the process of elevating spiritually the soul to like taking an exam. Taking an exam. The Creator says that when you cultivate your soul, the benefits are spiritual and determining your grade. And it also increases our grade. But see, we live in a reality where people, they don't place no value on things that they can't see. On things that they can't see. That's the problem with, let's do the soul confirmation. Now we on this part right here where it says, every particle of my nature That's the one we're doing for today. Every particle of my nature, top right, we doing that 3 times together on 3. And believe it, brethren, believe it. Look at it like by saying this, by affirming this, we telling the Creator, I want to infuse this into my character. I'm in the embryo right now, and I want to apply this to my spirit so that when I'm born in spirit, that this is part of my repertoire, so to speak. You know what I mean? That it's a infusion of the type of character I'm gonna have. You know what I mean? Look at all these soul confirmations like that. Look at it. I mean, look at it, brethren. You know, we're preparing, you know, in a world that's not preparing at all. I can't get over these soul confirmations, man. You know, prepare. All right, let's do them 3 times together on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Every particle of my nature tingles and thrills with the vitality and health of the Creator. Again, 1, 2, 3. Every particle of my nature tingles and thrills with the vitality and health of the Creator. Again, 1, 2, 3. Every particle of my nature tingles and thrills with the vitality and health of the Creator. And that is the soul confirmation for the beginning of the video on January 24, 2025. Repeat 3 times, believe it, and that's how we get that vortex going. We get that force moving, get it moving. Get the action started. We give the angels permission to enforce and implement these things in us. We increase our spiritual grade this way. You got to believe it, man. I mean, we really ain't asked to give, you know, to shed blood being faithists. A lot of it is in changing your mind. Creator teaching us to change our mind. We read the other day in Radiance Anthology where the Creator said a lot of what he said we were born into a poisonous atmosphere. He said we was born into it. That means that all the influences that we have been under ever since we were at zero entity, when we were born, has been a poisonous atmosphere. So now the result is we have the mind, body, and spirit that we carry around today, you know, subjected to false influences and inspirations. And now the Creator is saying, this is how you, in essence, clean all that stuff up. And there's a lot of soul confirmations in Radiance Anthology. There's a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of them. So back to the verses in my room real quick here where it says, this one, we were on this one right here about laboring. Creator, he says to labor with it. You know, that's equal to preparing. When you labor, you're preparing. You're doing something to prepare something. And it's a shame, man, you know, because yesterday on the video, I was trying to get the example of how, you know, you got the world and they labor for the world, and you got faithists who labor for the Creator, and one labors for the temporary, the perishable crown, and faithists, they labor for the eternal, the spiritual crown. Ultimately, man, we do things for our own best interests. Ultimately, I mean, you know, we just do. And the Creator, I'm sure the Creator, he understands that. And so he's telling us how to do it. But the way it plays out, that by loving ourselves, we have to love our brethren. We got to know who our brethren are, so that we can serve, which is everybody. So the brother, he asked an interesting question here. He said, who is inspiring us? when we're outside of the template of the Creator, really? He said, that's a good question. He says, who is inspiring us when we're not doing righteously with purity and love? That's the question of faith. That's the type of question of faith this will ask himself. See, that's another thing. We can examine, we got so many benefits, man, We got benefits where we can take advantage of this reality. We can look forward. We can look, faithists they can look forward with great hope and, with great expectations. They're the only people in the world who can do that. They can look forward with great, great expectations, man. And you in life, I can't imagine not having that. I'm sure, a lot of you've been around the block, man. You probably reached the earthly mountaintop where you're economically secure. You have possessions. You have resources. And I know for me, it ain't enough. It is not enough, man. It cannot fill that God-sized hole in the heart. It cannot fill it, man. It gets old after a while. When you're young and starting out and you're working, you're always looking forward to hopefully getting to that day, maybe have a family. They grow up, everything turns out okay with them. Now you're looking for economic stability, set up for your future, prepare for your retirement, and then you accomplish all those things. And it's a just terrible thing when you're not satisfied at all your efforts. You reach your goal, but you find that after a while, that gets old. You don't have to slave every day anymore, which is a real blessing. But the Creator, He done made us with that spiritual hole in the heart. And He's the only one that can fill it. He's the only one that can fill it, man, And so as above, so below, the people cannot ascend spiritually until they want it. And He just outweight you. He outweight you till you get to that point where you say, hey, man, the only thing that's going to satisfy me, man, it's got to be going after the Creator. Because my soul is just too big for my body. It's too big, man. I want to know way more than, what it can teach you. Now, we got Bronze Yogi in the chat. Good to see you, bro. Been a while. Good to see you, brother. Good to see all of you, brother, man. I hope that Creator, He'll let me say something. Really bless you, brother. Weekend is here. Have to do battle with the weekend. Influences of the weekend, See, that's another thing. We've been taught, look forward to the weekend, and what are you going to do? And you think of ways to bless yourself. And it's turned it's like ways to minister to yourself. That's what Radiance Anthology was. That's what it was saying about how we're born into a poisonous atmosphere. And now, Creator, He's showing us how to turn it around. Preparing. Somehow, we have to prepare for what we know is true, which is our eternality, eternal our eternal reality. And again, man, that's a gift. Not a lot of people can do that. That's a gift if you can do it. That is a gift, man. You look at the world, I will always refer to the proficiency level of certain people in the world. They can do things you can't do. They can do what why? Because they prepare. I'm telling you, I was sharing yesterday on video. Now I was sketching a portrait for the sake of giving an idea of what I was trying to say. Like, it's just like in a job interview. You want this job, and they're going to ask you, are you qualified? I imagine the same thing for faithists. We going through our life, trying to elevate in our spirit, and we're preparing. Most people do not prepare. And I think it's valid to speculate that that's going to come back to bite you, man. But the people who prepare, they prepare their mind, heart, and soul for what they know is true. They're equal to the people we see in this reality who are high and mighty and lifted up. It should just make sense. It should make sense, man. Well, why do people believe that, like the OAHSPE says, that wisdom comes suddenly by death? We've been taught that as part of that poisonous atmosphere, man. We've been taught that garbage. And so we got a whole world believing that and wasting, not redeeming the time because of that vibration. Believing that, like putting it all on one man. Let him do all the work and I'm going to get all the benefits. Better known as Christianity. Here's another verse that says, besides the above, Jehovah gave one more holy day, Cosmic Day. Creator, please let tomorrow be a move where you increase the consciousness of the whole world. Please increase the consciousness, Creator, Jehovah. Please, tomorrow, let that be with the planetary alignment. Let it be the day, if at all possible, let it be the start of Cosmic Day. Let it be the start of Cosmic Day. And if not, I give thanks anyway. But, Creator, I pray that you use that day to implement Cosmic Day, where there is the reunification of the above with the below, because we have failed. The kingdom of man is falling down, is fractured, it's imbalanced, it's not in balance. There's too many people who don't have anything. I saw there are a whole bunch of videos I saw on YouTube. People who are homeless. They ain't got nothing, man. And older people living in their car. They're not young anymore. This is the time in their life when they should be relaxing, enjoying their golden years. We live in a governance where we cannot provide for those who have spent their best years propping up the system that we live under, and they cannot benefit. That's why we need the Cosmic Day. We need the Cosmic Day so the faithists can go out and turn the situation around. Or the Ethereans, that they will turn the situation around, bring about the brotherhood of man, where we can do for each other. We don't need any money. We don't need any leaders. We can just do for ourselves. Brethren who are gifted at healing can heal. Brethren who are gifted at producing can produce. And they do it all free of charge. So, Jehovah, I'm praying tomorrow, please. And if not, then I give thanks anyway. So here the verse, it says, Besides the above, Jehovah gave one more day, one more holy day, cosmic day. See, none of us know when that is. It could be tomorrow with the planetary alignment. We don't know. Which he also commanded to be kept. So we're supposed to be commemorating that. Like picking a day and commemorating it. Like we're doing this in celebration of Cosmic Day, which is coming. We just don't know when. But it's like a form of remembering something that is going to come. Creator says to set a day aside. He said, he commanded it to be kept in commemoration of another matter, which Jehovah commanded to be secret. Right now, it's a secret with us for a certain period of time. And the time is not expired to this day. See, we wait. It's going to hit the world like a ton of bricks, though. Why? Because they're not preparing. They're not prepared. You don't know what's coming. You know, you ask someone in the street and you say, hey, now we got Elizabeth up in here. Man, we really hot tonight, man. Got Elizabeth now? No, man, we in pretty good shape, man. We in pretty good shape now. See? Faith is, they should know about Cosmic Day. You know, if someone on the street walk up to a faithist and they ask a faithist, hey man, what's there to look forward to? That faithist should say Cosmic Day. Cosmic Day. You on the street and somebody walk up to you not knowing you a faithist, they say, hey man, what have we got to look forward to, man? Everything, it just seemed to go on and on. Don't nothing change. What do we got to look forward to? A faithist could say Cosmic Day. Cosmic Day. And of course the world is going to say, what? Cosmic Day? What is that? What is Cosmic Day, man? And then that faithist can turn around and say, man, that's when the Creator, he take the kingdom away from man and he give it to the people. He take it away from the kingdom. He let man run his course. Look at the fruit of man, you know. At any moment, he can make the whole earth extinct 10 times over. How is that the will of the Creator? How is that the will of the Creator? Cosmic Day, I got a video that I'm going to put up later on this month. Cosmic Day is pizza for everybody. That's pizza for everybody, man. You know? See, the faithist, they going to take their gifts and we're going to serve our brethren. See? We in a situation now where people, they take their gifts and you got to pay them while you barely can survive. They want to be paid. The Creator, he gave them that gifts to serve their brethren, but they want to be paid, man, you know? And you can't afford them. But the Creator gave you that gift, though, to serve your brethren. You're supposed to take that, serve your brethren without charge. Without charge, man, you know? And did that brother turn around and bless you with his gift? But see, that's too much for this world. That's too much. You crazy talking like that in the world. You out of your stinking mind. Talking about doing things for free. Are you crazy, man? You know? See, the brother said, When is Cosmic Day? Faith is the day waiting on us? We're waiting on that day. See? We're waiting on that day. Tomorrow's that planetary alignment, and I'm hoping it means something. See? It's going to catch the world off guard like a ton of bricks. And, if I may speculate, the faithists receive power from on high. And the first millisecond, when one brother or sister, the first one to heal somebody else, it's going to spread like wild. It's going to travel the earth. That news is going to travel the earth in 2 seconds flat, man. And I imagine it'll be like the narrative of Jesus Christ. All of a sudden, great crowd following faithists around. I look at the New Testament as prophetical. I believe that it's prophetical, talking about faithists, because I don't believe in the New Testament Jesus Christ anymore. Like Asenath says, I believe there were 2 or 3 in antiquity, Jesus Christ types, but not the one in the New Testament. I think that's prophetical in a sense, talking about faithists. I like what Daryl said. He said, we come out of nowhere. We come out of nowhere with our gifts, man, serving the world. Pluto going into Aquarius. Aquarius is the water bearer. That's water for the world, brother. Aquarius is water for the world with power, which is Pluto. Pluto going into Aquarius. See, we are in a situation. Something's got to give. So you, brother, know something's got to give. It's got to give, man. Something's got to give. Our situation, something's got. We're pregnant, man. We're ready to be born. I say that because of the confluence of events. The confluence of events, man. Something's got to give. It's got to give. You got Trump in office. He's got that big 9/11 hanging over him. You brother know what I mean? He was the 45th president, right? Remember Asenath brought that out? He was the 45th president. 4 + 5 is 9. And now he's the 47th president. 7 + 4 is 11. Now tell me it's a coincidence. You know what I mean? Tell me that's a coincidence, man. Even his vice president, if you put their names together, it comes out to Trumpence and Trumpence. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's screaming that he represents something spiritually. I think, being used as a sign of something. Now, when you read the OAHSPE, it said that every year, it said that since the OAHSPE, I take it from when the OAHSPE was published in the 1860s, it says, I think we're going to read it today. It says, the book of JEHOVIHS Kingdom, it says only rogues are going to inherit your great offices. And this trend is going to continue. Only rogues. That's what the OAHSPE, that's what the creator is saying. He's saying that, and I think he's talking about primarily America. Only rogues. Think about that. the people who rule over us, ever since that word came out, the 1860s. And he said the trend was going to get worse every year. Every year it's going to get worse. That's what the Creator said. Remember we read yesterday? He said he's withdrawing his angels when a government turns against the people. See, world, we live in a situation where don't nobody care about that sort of thing until it's too late. And then people who have been preparing themselves, they are the ones that end up seeing the wisdom of their actions and their faith. I firmly believe you cannot tell me, man, that the Creator, that he says to prepare and it's all for nothing. You can't tell me that. You can't tell Yaquam that. If he says to prepare, it's for a reason, brother. See? Oh man, it just makes me shake my head, It makes me shake my head. All the faithless ministries, my brethren in the description box, don't nobody know who they are. Even the more popular amongst us, the brethren there, they don't get nearly the attention that they should. It's just the most amazing thing, man. Well, for me, I didn't get to half the verses that I wanted to. Give ear, O nations of the earth, time for the reading of the word. Give ear, O nations of the earth. Listen, and increase, magnify your understanding. Magnify. He says, for the wisdom of the Almighty, he does not single out one man or one God and say, behold, by him judge me and my works. In other words, he doesn't point out Jesus Christ and point to him and say, here, he's the one you can learn everything by. He's the one that you can learn everything, you can learn everything about through him. That guy over there, him, Jesus Christ. Creator said, nope. He said he does not single out one man or one God and say, behold, by him judge me and my works. And the opposite is true too. You can't look at one faithless and, he's going off, or he's, his example is lacking. And Creator says, you can't look at him and judge my people. He says, nor does he give the history of all the living in one book. He says the pith, which is the substance of things, is in the unit sprung from all. Talking about all of us. Talking about our collective manifestation of who the Creator is, our collective action, our collective, our collective, what's a good word for actions? The Creator says it's not from individuals, it's from people. You have to look at the whole, not the unit. Let me see. Cherie says, all praises to the universal prime Creator, the ever present, ever was, ever is, and ever shall be, the great I am. That's right. It's time for the reading of the word. Let me take that down so you can see. During every cycle, I come and speak, and my words are not like other words. I plant them on the low earth where we are, and they take root and grow into a tree that reaches up into heaven. And the angels of heaven come and gather my words, for they are the fruit of everlasting life and of resurrection of mortals and spirits of the dead. In other words, it's saying that you are his word. His word is in you. You think this. The Creator, he brings it down, and then he lets it germinate and grow. And then he says he gathers it up. That's the whole history of the world right there, the earth, the purpose of the earth. In a nutshell, right there. He gives us the earth. We come on the earth. We evolve. We learn to grow spiritually. Earth serves its purpose. And then it's time for us to move on. Time for us to move on. Time for the reading of the word. Time for the reading of the word. There's one more. Let's go to the reading of the word. It's going to be JEHOVIH. JEHOVIHS Kingdom, chapter 25. This may be a short read, okay? I think I'm going to just go through chapter 25, and it might lead me on. And if not, I'm going to end up at the end of the chapter. I'm going to see where it leads me, where the Spirit leads me. JEHOVIHS Kingdom, chapter 25. I think I'm going to end up reading the chapter and then saving the rest for another time. JEHOVIHS Kingdom, chapter 25. Yesterday, that was pretty serious read, man. What we did yesterday, that was pretty serious, man. It was pretty serious. Creator was coming down on the Uzzians, man. He was talking about their government. He was talking about profiting off of the weaknesses of people, granting licenses for selling liquor and houses of debauchery. He really came down on America, man. He came down on capitalism. See, this is what we read yesterday. See? 24. And he said to the Uzzians, because I called, you did not come. You said your kingdom on earth as it is in heaven. You basically, no, we're going to hang out here. Our kingdom is here. Creator said, that's what you said. He said, because you saw the multitude going after intoxicating drink, smoke, and opium, and you didn't stop it. Matter of fact, you profited off of it. And because of that, you became polluted, given to drunkenness, smoking, all manner of dissipation. And then you went and blamed others. Opening the doors of your houses of debauchery as a temptation to the young. That's why I'm against you in judgment. I'm going to take my holy angels from you and from your churches and your government, lawmakers, and rulers because they profane me. Remember I showed you a picture of the Congress and the Senate? Because they make laws granting licenses to carry on evils knowingly and willfully for policy's sake, hoping for personal favor and gain. Remember, Creator said, when you do that, when the government don't serve the people, it's got to go. It's got to go, brother. You got to go. What's not good for one person is not good for a nation. And they said, but Creator, wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute. But we making a lot of money off of taxes, off of taxes, drink, smoke, and liquor. We making money though. Why you coming down on us? We making money. The Creator said, all right, you go ahead. You make all the money you can. Make all the money you can. I'm going to make you use it on prisons and almshouses. And no matter how many you build, it ain't going to be enough. So let me go down to chapter 25. And may the Creator bless the reading of His word. This rule I made in all my work, says Jehovah. When I separate the people, the good go away out from among the evil. Even as I drew the Israelites out of Egypt. Even as I drew the Israelites out of Egypt. Look at that. Listen to that, brethren. He said, the good go away. He said, this rule I made in all my work, says Jehovah. He says, when I separate the people, the good go away out from among the evil. Now, what if during Cosmic era, the good go away? We go away into our own kingdom. How do you like that? He said it's a rule. And it kind of makes sense to me because it's like, he seems to say, like, I'm going to make the world look at my people. I'm going to make the world look at my people. My people, they're going to share with one another. They're going to do for one another. I'm going to gift my people. They're going to take their gift and they're going to serve their brother without money. They're going to trade with each other. One brother, he's going to take his gift. He's going to serve that brother. That brother, he's going to turn around and serve that other brother. Because the greater gave him a gift. See? And we're going to sustain. We ain't going to need no government. See? And the world's going to look on. And the creators, he said that the professions, they're going to look at us. And they're going to come to us. Talking about, hey, we want to serve. We want to get with them. We want to get with them, man. I'm taking my skills over to them. Where I serve for free. I can see the creator dealing with them. And that's how the creator sinks. That's how the creator, he dissolves the kingdom of man. You look at the world today, it's all profit, and it's all conquest. It's all me, 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 me. It's all get it while you can. And people constantly fighting for resources. And you sit there and wonder why you can't make it. Always talking about the threat of war. Always talking about the doomsday clock, and you wonder why you can't make it. You know, all kinds of depopulation programs to depopulate the world so that there could be more for the few. Unable to govern yourself. Why? Because you never learned the lesson, man, to simply be your brother's keeper. And then the gifts will multiply to serve one another. Gifts of healing, gifts of blessing. The Creator is unlimited, man. I mean, will you please, you know what I mean? Come on, man. And those who go out prosper in my hand. Huh? How do you like that? See? Look at what he says. Think about it. Can you think about it? Those who go out, they prosper in my hand. That's talking about faithists. Look at that. He said, I make them an everlasting people. If you was the Creator, do you build up a kingdom only to have it torn down by your creation? When you build, you want it to last forever. He said, but those who remain, who want to remain in the earth, they go down to destruction and they become unknown upon the earth. Their great men are forgotten, and their wisest men lose caste in the histories of 1,000 years. Behold, I have made these things known to the generations of the earth. The Creator says, I told them. I told them all these thousands of years, they should have known by now. He says, now when I separated the faithists and the Uzians and the Cosmic era, see, you see that? He says it himself. You know what a big part of that separation is? Getting away from deity worship. Getting away from deity worship. That's a huge separation. That is huge. Getting away from deity worship, worshiping a deity. That's the separation. If ever there was a separation. We live in a world, there are people who pray to something born of a woman or something that sits on the throne. And there are people who will not do it. And look what he says. He says, I separate. That's a past tense word. He said, I separate like it's already done. Now when I separated, see, the faithists and the Uzians in the cosmic era, man. And look, he said, I sent angels warning them. He said, I sent angels warning them. Huh? He sent angels warning them. He said, I said to them, do not flatter yourself that man is all wisdom. I say to you, I am the righteous. I am the righteous might, power. He said, I am the righteous. Might shall not triumph through wrongdoing. Behold, a judgment shall come upon this people, who? The Uzians. He said, when I begin to call them, my chosen shall come, found my kingdom, and they shall come faster and faster every year. See, I find it interesting that I'm reading this. I hope it means something. As I'm sitting there reading this, man, I'm praying in my soul that it means something. I pray that it means something for tomorrow. I know. But I'm still hoping anyway, man. There needs to be a move on the world. There needs to be a increase in the Creator consciousness. We need it today, man. We need it today, man, because we just can't make it. We just can't make it. And the Uzian shall fall into iniquity more and more every year. And now look what it's been. The Prince of Devils. This is the part that knocked me out the other day. I read this the other day. It just every time I read it, it still floors me, man. That's talking about Jesus Christ. It calls Jesus Christ the Prince of Devils. Look at that. Look at that. Look at what it said here, man. The Prince of Devils came upon the Uzians. Look at this. See? That's Matthew 7 right there, I think. It's Matthew 7 or 9. That right there, what I got highlighted. Do you know that's Matthew 9? That exactly is Matthew. What is it? Matthew 10. Look at that. And he flat out calls him a devil. He said the prince of devils, man. I just can't get over that one. Then he says, now therefore my angels went in behalf of my kingdom, behold, the prince of devils. The prince of devils. When angels went in behalf of my kingdom, behold, the prince of devils invaded the places of the ungodly. And those who received my angels and practiced righteousness were fallen upon by the emissaries of the prince of devils and unmercifully treated with curses and tortures. Kind of like the Spanish Inquisition, although I'm not saying the Spanish Inquisition is the fulfillment of what we're reading here, but the Creator is saying the faithists were persecuted. They were persecuted by the Christians. They were persecuted by the prince of devils. They were unmercifully treated with curses and tortures. I know the Pilgrims are the Quakers. I forget which one was the faithists. Was it the Quakers that were the faithists? I think it might have been the Quakers that were the faithists. I know they were set upon. It could be referring to that. Creator says, but I called the righteous away from there, and they built my kingdom for me. And I said to the Uzias, let this be a testimony to you of the power of the Almighty. You go about building ships of war that harbors for defense with torpedoes and all types of wicked inventions. But I say to you, this nation and this nation, this government, and this people shall not be attacked from the places you build. Here it is. That verse I always talk about. I believe it's talking about America. Creator says, nope, it ain't going to be from without that you're going to be destroyed. No, you're not going to be attacked from without. It's going to be, look at that, from within. You're going to be a rot from within the body. That is going to destroy you. You're going to be attacked in the places but I say to you, this nation, this government, and this people shall not be attacked in the places you build. We're going to be attacked from within. Now, I believe that's talking about our government. Why are we going to be attacked from within? Because I will draw away the righteous, and none but rogues shall accept your great offices. You know, I talk about that all the time. The United States Senate. The United States Senate. The United States Senate, man. None shall accept your great offices. The Creator, he calls these people rogues. He calling them to their face, man. You know that? He calling these people to their face. See? He calling me. I mean, you look at see? He calling them to their face, man. That's not all the senators. It's just a picture of a few of them. He calling all of these people rogues. And then here's the Congress. Part of the Congress. Oh, I got to share the screen. Hold on a second. I mean, it's like you reading these people's mail, you know? It's like he let you read their mail. We know what's in their heart. The Creator, he condemning these people. Okay, these are the senators. These people here. Look at that. I just can't get. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I mean, we just looking at them in their face. Look at these people, man. He calling every single one of these people rogues. He said, none but rogues will accept your great offices. And these people are compromised. They serve for money. Money, man. And look, they wearing suits and ties. You know, like, look, like I'm an honorable man. I'm worthy of honor. And they don't know. Hey, you know what? Hey, do you know that the Creator called you a rogue? They better, oh man, brother, you brethren better pray they don't ever put me on CNN or any of those channels, because y'all gonna say, oh man, we done lost Yaquab. They gonna get him. They gonna get him. Because the first verse I'm gonna come out with, when they ask me how do I feel about the government, and the first verse I'm gonna come out with is this right here. Cherie says she had a dream about Trump. Since she said, I had a lot of bad dreams since I was 12. How old are you, Cherise? Are you saying that when you were young, you had a prophecy about Trump? You said, I had a lot of bad dreams since I was 12 about Trump being president? You mean you knew he was going to be president even before he was president? Is that what you're saying? But you say here that you were 12. So 30 something years ago. You want to come on? You want to come on? You want to come on the channel and tell us what you're talking about? Here, I'll put the link in the room if you want to come on and tell us. You had a dream about Trump when you were 12 years old? Who was in office at that time? Let me see, you 42, so let me see, that would have been, who was the president? That would have been George Bush 1, wouldn't it? The first George Bush? Or wait a minute, would it be Reagan? So you had a prophetical dream. What did the dream say about Trump? Was it good? Was it bad? Well, what do you remember? You say you remember it like it was a book? Oh, you can get in the shower? Okay. At least say whether it was good or bad. Was it good? Was it bad? You said, oh, bad dreams. You said bad dreams. You know what? I have to agree with you. Boy, I'd love to hear that story. Remember, Asa said, she pointed out he's the 45th and he's the 47th president. 4 plus 5 equals 9. 7 plus 4 equals 11. 9/11. His first vice president was Pence, Mike Pence. trumpets. The second vice president is Vance, J.D. Vance. Trumpets. Even the Bible says something about when a thing is doubled. What does it say? What does the Bible say about something that is doubled? The Bible mentions double portion, double-mindedness, and other areas of doubling. It says something about when a thing is doubled, it means something. What does double mean biblically? What does it mean to double something prophetically in the Bible? In the Bible, when you double something prophetically, it refers to the idea that some prophecies have both a short-term and long-term fulfillment. How do you like that? How do you like that? The law of double reference is the tendency of scripture prophecy to sometimes refer to two things simultaneously, one relevant to the general time of the prophecy and the other relating to the distant past or far off future. What is the meaning of double prophetic? The dual fulfillment of prophecy. So short-term and long-term is what seems to be the implication with double fulfillment, dual fulfillment, or mentioning something double. When God calls your name twice, there is an elevation for it. Okay, I don't. All right, I'm not finding what I seem to recall reading that when something is doubled, that it has to do with some sort of certainty of a event that is ready to come to pass. And I do think that Trump, he represents a near fulfillment and a far fulfillment. So it's very interesting that he's a Gemini, which is the twins. He's a twice elected president. I mean, he has pairs about him everywhere. And I don't know 100% what all that means. But I think it's really interesting. All right, so going back to the reading, it says, "For I will draw away the righteous, and none but rogues shall accept your great offices." And then look at this. It says, "And this trend shall continue to grow upon you in the way of evil, declining in virtue more and more every year." So worse and worse. Those who rule over us will get worse and worse. They will decline in virtue. It says, "Look therefore at your grade. Judge the words of the Almighty. My hands shape the signs of the times. As the hirer this day hires one man to watch another, so it shall come to pass. Or so shall it come to you in the great offices of your government," meaning we's going to have to hire people to watch them. They weren't going to be trusted. In other words, he's saying here, you're not going to trust your government. You shall hope to overcome the prince of devils by force and might, but you shall fail. And in the proportion that you go down in corruption, so shall the faithless go away into my kingdom. So the more corrupt, less virtue you keep showing, the more the faithless are going to go away. Somehow the Creator is saying, we're going to leave. Something's going to become of us. Something's going to become of us. So, brethren, that's it. That will conclude the reading of the Word. Creator, thank you for this reading and warning us and showing us where we live, showing us the seriousness of the time that we're in to prepare ourselves. We know we see too many confluence of events that are a warning. We are in a time we realize like no other. We see that there's a harvest in a matter of years of the Ashars, our angelic guardians. There's too many things that are on the horizon. There's too many things. I pray that you help us to stay prepared, to prepare our soul, infuse these soul confirmations into our mind, body, and spirit, that these soul confirmations, they would empower us. Creator, Jehovah, it seems that we're in a situation. There's something in the air. There is an esphoma in the air. There is certainly esphoma in the air. It's almost as if you can feel it. So I just pray that tomorrow, that even if there is no great move on the consciousness of the world to increase the sensitivity, the awareness to your reality, that you will increase ours. Maybe you will increase those of the children. But in any case, I give thanks, Creator, and pray that for brethren who have prayer requests, that you might grant them, and then that they will come back and testify and give you glory and praise. So I pray that you will keep us in your grace, and our spiritual, that we would continue to elevate in our spiritual grade and redeem the time while you have us here on the earth. In your name. Thank you, Creator. All right. So let's do the soul confirmations. I'll go ahead and close the video. So, brethren, soul confirmations. Okay. Let's do that. Go ahead and read the video. So, the video. So, let's do this 3 times together on 3, okay? Then we shut it down, all right? Okay, every particle of my nature, that's what we're going to do. All right? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Every particle of my nature tingles and thrills with the vitality and health of the Creator. Again, 1, 2, 3. Every particle of my nature tingles and thrills with the vitality and health of the Creator. One more time. Every particle of my nature tingles and thrills with the vitality and health of the Creator. And that's it, brethren, for January 24th, 2025, the soul confirmations. Brethren, believe it. Keep the screen up on your computer so that you can take a bite every now and then, you know. You can have it at your disposal. You can make up your own soul confirmations. Make up your own. The Creator is giving us, He's simply giving, see, this is a template of how to confirm our souls. These are all positive things. It's us making ourselves. See, that's the idea. The idea is for us to learn to communicate and to make our souls, That's the only thing. Can you imagine that privilege, man? Can you imagine the world missing out on that? You see what I'm saying? You know? Weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. Weeping and gnashing of teeth. Weeping and gnashing of teeth. Well, brother, that's the best I can do. Thank you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth says the sound was good. She said, very good read. Sound was very good. Thank you. Thank you, sister, for coming and having fellowship, and all you, brethren, blessing me, bless my soul. All right, so here we are, weekend. Nothing going on Saturday, Sunday. But again, brethren, if you see me, come online, man. Come running. You know, come running, man. If the Creator give me something, or if I find somebody, if somebody say something, you know, I will get on. I will come on. I will run to you, brethren, you know, and tell you if the Creator moves or not. Well, if He moves, I'll certainly get on here. So, brethren, let me go ahead and shut it down now. Thank you for joining me, brethren. Pray the Creator bless you with endurance, answers your prayers, and gives us the to redeem the time while we are in this reality. So, brethren, thank you. And until I see you again Monday, brethren, please, peace be unto all of you, brethren. And thank you. Shalom.